Alright, so here's the next video. If you remember, I posted a picture of this on there and said it's a teaser. Well, here's what I'm going to show you how to do. As you can see, I got my Coleman stove. You probably can't see that it's on, but it is. It's on very low heat, and I have some leftover candle that the wax had fallen into. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place this on the stove so it'll melt it. You don't want to bring it to a boil, you just want to melt it. Now you can do this on your stove, but if you are, then you got to designate a pot, because once you melt wax inside a pot, it pretty much ruins it. The reason why I went with this one is because it's already in its own little bucket and I can just use my stove to melt it, so that way I'm not A, messing up my wife's kitchen, and B, I'm not ruining a pot. Plus these should be going on clearance pretty soon just because of the time of year it is. So let's check on this wax. Alright, good. It's already starting to melt up pretty nice. Alright, so the wax is pretty much all melted, and what you're going to want to do is take a cotton ball and just kind of space it out. Oops, you don't want to rip it apart. You just want to kind of give it a little bit of extra room. And then you can use pliers. I have this guy for my tools. And you just want to stick it on there. Now what you want to do is real quickly swish it around in the wax. You don't want to leave it in any more than really 2 to 3 seconds. And set it on some parchment paper or some tin foil to let it dry. I'll go ahead and do a couple of these. I'm not going to do a whole lot because I already have a whole lot made, but I'll show you the final product. I've burned 3 of these so far, and they've all burned anywhere from 12.5 minutes to 15.5 minutes. So it really just varies. Turn that off. And I lit them off with a 2 of them I lit off with my flint striker, and then 1 I lit with a lighter. They burned pretty good up until about the 10-minute point, then they started to fizzle out, but they were still burning. So alright. So what you're going to do is just let those cool off over there on that tin foil. Now, my buddy gave me this hurricane wick. It's for the oil lamps. And we're going to stick this in here. Because we wanted to see what this would do. Because honestly, we were kind of just wondering, because it's flat and it's a lot more condensed than the cotton ball. And lay those out. Now you're going to want to make sure you do this in a ventilated area. I do have my garage open, but what you can't see is behind me I have a squirrel cage fan blowing all this crap out of my garage, and then I also have a I also have my ceiling fan on. Yes, I do have a ceiling fan in my garage. This is Texas, folks. It gets hot here. Alright, let me go ahead and break this down, and then I'll show you the finished product. I'll be right back. Alright, so here's what they look like as they're setting up to dry. I made these the other day. I've given a bunch of them already away, and I've burned a few just to test them out. I stuck them in the fridge after I got them like into this state just to harden them up, and they've been sitting in my garage since then, and it's been in the 90s. It's been in the hundreds, I think, 1 or 2 days, but they're not going to melt. It's like a candle. You know, if you set one of those citronella candles out on your back porch, generally they don't melt. And that's why I went with that one versus an inside house one or some soft gels, just for the durability of that one. And testing it. Let me get my phone real quick so we can set up the timer. And since I got all these fans on in the background, I did light 2 of these off with a flint strike, but since I got the fans on in the background still blowing that stuff out of here, I'm just going to use a match to speed it up. Alright, as you can see, it lit pretty quick. And I'm not going to make you watch this whole thing. Once I get it into editing, I will speed up the process. But I just want to do this just so you can see how long they burn for yourselves. Not bad off one cotton ball, huh? And some wax. Thanks for watching. Bye.